This one is going to be a touchy subject, but I'm going to attempt, at least make an attempt, to try to educate anyone who decides to listen to this channel right here. The question comes to me about civil rights. It's greatly disturbing to me that the people who have a hue to their skin, people of color, people who are turned black, and we cover all the spectrums of color. It's literally appalling to me how ignorant that my people are. It really, truly is. Now, don't make no mistake about it. I have a natural people that has my color skin, and then I have a spiritual people that is my family, and they come from all the nations that accept the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. But this is about civil rights. I'm going to go ahead and say something painful right here that many black people need to comprehend and understand, because the question was framed to me, what about our civil rights? Why is it, Pastor Dow, we're not getting any justice in this land concerning the court system? Well, man, how do you say this to get people to comprehend? I'm gonna make an attempt, though. Listen to me very closely. The Aborigines, indigenous people of this land, and I'm speaking about us, when the European Caucasians enslaved us as a people, and they began to frame documents such as the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence. When they framed those things and they made the wording, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and they are endowed by their Creator with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And it goes on and on and on. All of us that were enslaved by the Caucasian race in this country, that wasn't talking about us, the people of color, the people who have hue to them. And most people think that the 13th Amendment has been ratified, maybe on paper. And then they're confused about the 14th Amendment, because they over and over and over again continue to keep confusing the issue of civil rights versus human rights. You see, by the enslavers who occupied this land called Asheroth, which has been renamed America. Whoo, this is getting heavy, ain't it? We, as a people, were forbidden to read and to write, and they did not consider us human. As a matter of fact, you ever heard of the 3/5 clause, where we were actually considered 3/5 of a human, and it had to do with voting rights? Well, civil rights is not the same as human rights, because in 1964, when all of that was going on, in order to give us, look at this, civil liberties. Now, I'm going to go back again, okay? When the Constitution was framed by the alleged founders of this country, none of that had to do with people of color, because they didn't consider us human, and so therefore we didn't have rights, even though we were and we are the first humans on this earth. And I know people are going to take offense to that because they just simply don't know. So white people had human rights and black people had no rights. And in 1964, when we end up getting civil rights, the only thing that civil rights did was call the wolves, the snakes, the vipers, and the dogs off of us from being lynched, raped, robbed, murdered, killed unjustly. At least it looked like that on paper. That's what civil rights. When people talk about civil rights, they have no idea. They just totally no idea what the world they talking about. So, when you had people like Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King, and all these other people out there fighting for us as humans, because we are human beings, human, meaning those who have a hue to them. And I don't want anybody to make any racial overtones or something like that. I'm trying to give truth to those who want to hear it. We were not created equal in the eyes of the framers of the Constitution, and neither are we treated that way today. When you got the governor of Missouri tightening up the laws and saying that there will be no special treatment, there will be no lawsuits on discriminations against the police department and anything else, and black people and black folks trapped. Hey man, I'm telling you, y'all in trouble in Missouri. Y'all are literally in trouble. You thought Chicago was bad concerning killing and murder. Man, Missouri is trying to take y'all right back to Jim Crow. So you're going to have to get out of there one way or the other. And the last thing that the people in this country wanted is for blacks to be able to have guns, because when they started all this alleged morality that they were trying to define and put on us as a people, they was trying to say, okay, we are going to be, I want you to listen to me very closely. We are going to treat the Aborigines, the indigenous people, and I know, believe me, I already know about the history of slavery and everything, but listen to me closely. All these laws were passed because they said we are going to treat them, meaning the slaves, equal. Not that they are equal, is that they're going to treat us equal. So when you go into the court system and stuff and you see all these injustices going on, when you see these cops killing folks in cold blood, and the juries are just, I don't know what in the world's going on. They paid off or something, or they just died. It's the fluoride, or it must be the chemtrails, or the GMO foods is modifying the minds, and I don't know what it is. But the people stand in awe at all this acquitted. Just literally awe of just cold-blooded murder. Just draw a gun, shoot the hell out of somebody, murder them. Utterly amazing. They do not view you as equal to them. And if you don't know this, you don't know how to navigate in this world that we live in. You simply just don't know how to do it. And if you don't know how to navigate, if you don't know what you're up against, you're going to be on the losing end at all times, because you have no wisdom in knowing what to do going forward. But my people are some of the most ignorant people, and you can see it. You can see it. You just cut on a YouTube video and type in Hebrew Israelites. You're going to see some of the buffoonery, the damn Sambo coonery. You're going to see some ignorant, base-minded, uneducated coons doing what they do best. And all that they have to their stake in life is to call people names, disparaging comments, because they bitter as hell because of their plight, because they simply don't want to come out from under the curses, and they want to do everything they can to perpetuate the curses of our people continually by filling them up with a bunch of bull crap. But anyway, I hope that some way, somehow, I have done somewhat of a part. I'm going to end it right here because I don't want to throw too much information, because I already know that wisdom and information and all this stuff is pretty much too high for a fool anyway. But those of you who can understand my cadence, and you really truly get what I'm saying, and you know history and the historical value of what I'm saying, think about what I just got finished saying. Civil rights are different from human rights. You hear that? Have a good day.